sometimes in this, injuries can happen, accidents can happen. So let's break down a little bit about what you guys are seeing. Let's start with foot and ankle injuries, because I think that's what people associate most with pickleball. Jump in.
So a couple of things I just want to throw in there too, that we talk about pickleball and its huge growth recently, but pickleball is not actually new. Pickleball was created in 1965 in Washington, and so it's been around for a while, but it's gotten huge. We're to the point now where there's more than 40 million people that play it, and there's over 10,000 places to play. And kind of harping on that 10,000 places to play, not all of them are equal, right? You've got some court surfaces that are not all that great. So one of the things that early pickleball players can look at is where are you playing? Are you playing on a surface that's well maintained? And that's number one. Number two, what kind of shoes you're going to be wearing when you're on these surfaces? Because a lot of these ankle injuries are occurring because either A, the surface is not a good one, or B, you're playing in a pair of like your old running shoes. So the first thing I want to throw in there to avoid lower extremity injuries such as Achilles tendons, ankles, and obviously foot and ankle fractures is make sure you choose a location that has a really good surface that's well maintained. And number two, shoe gear choice and selection is important. You don't want to just pick a pair of dirty old sneaks out of your closet and decide to throw them on and play pickleball. Get something like a tennis player would wear, or a cross trainer or a basketball player, something that's going to give you proper support of the arch and the ankle. And start there. You start there, and you're going to probably avoid a lot of these injuries.
So let me jump in there, because you said a couple of things I thought were interesting. If people found out that you're seeing a lot of ankle sprains from pickleball, I get it. That's easy, 100%. You mentioned Achilles tears, Achilles injuries. I don't think anyone's thinking that I'm going to go Kobe and just sort of blow my Achilles out when I'm playing here. But you guys are seeing this, right? Talk about the severity of, are you seeing broken ankles? You seeing ruptures? You seeing sprains? Talk a little bit about that.
So with the foot and ankle injuries, and in regards to the Achilles, I'm actually probably seeing more Achilles injuries than I am ankle sprains, and more ankle fractures. The Achilles tendon, and this really kind of falls into a lot of the beginner players, not so much the guys who have some experience. But, Tom, you mentioned it. It's like one of those things where I want to get in shape, but I don't want to be on the treadmill. So let's just go out and play pickleball. But you got to prepare yourself. So, obviously we talked about court surfaces and shoe choices, but stretching and conditioning, like any sport, is key. And you have to stretch. And with the Achilles tendon injuries, you don't necessarily have to roll your ankle or step incorrectly, if you will, but you can just simply be tight and lunge for a shot, and that Achilles can go on you. And that's the type of injury, unfortunately, I've seen a huge uptick secondary to pickleball. And it's obviously due, one, to the nature of the sport, but I think two, a lot of it are beginners who aren't really prepared to go out there and play, but maybe think they are. So just a word of caution of stretching is absolutely necessary, to avoid these type of injuries.